What kind of work can be automated using NLP then?
Oh, that's a cool question. I guess we didn't really dive into automation that much there. Let's think through the kind of content or text that we were talking about an NLP system understanding. So let's take it to the world of like HR. So you're going to get the traditional applicant tracking system gets all of the resumes coming in. So let's say you post a job for super sweet developer gig. That's your job title. Now every developer wants that because it has the word gig in it. And you're like, whoa, cool. So you have like 10,000, you're Google, so 10,000 developers apply. And you're like, ooh, I'm an HR person and a recruiter, and I don't really want to read through 10,000 resumes. This is like unwieldy. So, I mean, in the traditional applicant tracking systems, you do, again, the keyword search thing. You rank people based on, did they have Python in their resume, or did they attend a university? Do they have the word GPA around so that I know that there's a GPA there? And then they basically shove all the other ones away. So you could do a better version of that with NLP, where you actually understand not just that Python is Python, but that it's possibly an object-oriented language, or that it's more of a scripting language. You know, it sort of understands context a lot more. So you could start understanding those resumes and people better, and probably make better informed decisions. It's not that you're going to get better hires per se, but you'll be more informed. In other parts of the business, such as like accounting, where it's like, you know, largely invoice, purchase order, contract heavy, you have to kind of distill all those bits into some sort of rule that you will look for when you're being paid or when you're paying out or whatever. So distilling all those, you could automate that away as well with NLP. You could have a system where as your invoices or your contracts or whatever come in, you start understanding them and know the rules for that account or that client, let's say. That gives you a huge amount of power, because you end up with a system that allows you to know all the things that are going to keep you on side, how to keep your discounts if you're paying things out, because most companies have discounts for early payment and all these other things, especially in large contracts. And also when and how people are offside on your contractual terms. And then speaking of contracts, just for one more example, you could literally have NLP work through all of your contracts and ensure that they're all on side. So generally a large business will have a very large sum cost in legal cost, right? Or they may have large legal counsel hired for themselves. You could reduce that cost greatly by understanding what is on side for your legal. So we have 400 clauses that are allowed in our contracts going out, and the ones coming in, we expect, I don't know, a different number. And then as those contracts come in and out of your system, and your system is understanding or reading them, you then understand immediately which contracts are on side and which ones don't quite meet the bar. And then instead of your legal seeing all these contracts, which is usual business, you only flag the ones that might be troublesome. And you may even point legal to the specific 3 clauses that you think. So now, you know, legal costs, if you're going external, can be like hundreds of dollars an hour. If you had a regular contract, which is dozens and dozens of pages, you can imagine that's going to take several hours to read, understand, and really mine through if you're a person. Now, if you're presented with just, these are the 3 clauses that were not on side, they can red mark those as much as they want really quick. And maybe you just saved yourself like actually the whole value of that NLP system in one transaction, because obviously legal is expensive.
Well, it sounds like the whole business can benefit from NLP.